Hey, what's up, YouTube? I ain't been on here in a little while, but I made this video because it's just a reaction. I was watching Netflix the other day ago. I was just watching documentaries and stuff, and happened to see Chris Brown's on there. Chris Brown, Welcome to My Life. I watched it. I enjoyed it. And I had some thoughts. So I decided, why not put it on YouTube? Tell y'all folks how I feel. Um, well, first of all, I'm twice as much as a fan now, maybe 5 times as much. The reason why I say that is because now I get to know and see, where his head was and how his strength got so strong to where he is now. Um, and now I see why he had switched over to, working 5 times harder, Not saying that he wasn't working hard back then, because he had a lot of fucking jams and a lot of dance moves and everything, but it seems like after that incident, his music has increased. He's got hungrier, and he has been even more and more of a star. He's impressed me so much. Like, when I first heard him spit some bars rapping, I was fucking blown away. I was like, this man puts the capital T in talent. I mean, I knew he can act, I knew he could sing, I knew he could dance. And when he started rapping, it just was like, damn. And I seen that as his biggest strength as an artist. He added another thing to, whatever he could do before, but he's like made it even more. And, you know, when I'm like lost in thoughts. But anyway, I'm trying to think. What I'm thinking is when I was watching his documentary, it came on the part about him and Rihanna. I got emotional because I felt so bad for him at that particular time because everyone was clowning him. And I felt bad because I was laughing about it. Not because it happened, but the reactions and how people thought in their minds of what happened during that time, that night. I laughed because it was just hilarious. But I know for real, it really wasn't funny because, domestic violence is never funny at all because, that leads to death and all type of consequences, jail, everything. It's all terrible. It just was silly because people were just going so far with it, it was ridiculous. But as I was watching, the movie, he explained everything, and I'm like, wow. So now we know. Like, it was, something that was going on for a while. It's just that that particular night was the tip of the iceberg. Like, that was it. Like, the last hair just pulled, and that was it. And he lost fucking man. And it's like, as a fan, I never, never looked at him as someone that was like that. Like, I always looked at him as a very entertaining person, dancing, everything. He's fucking amazing. And, that particular night, he lost it. And how he explained it it was, it was a message on his phone that she had seen. He didn't really pay attention to it. Until, then, further in the night, they obviously, had trust with each other, but he basically lost the trust with her when he didn't tell her at the beginning that he had sex with the girl, he said. And I was like, wow. But a lot of things he was saying was right because they were both young and they had so much power and they was just like on top of the world at that time, and there was nothing that can break that. But that particular night broke it. And, I never looked at her as someone being like, what's the word, insecure. But, we don't, we see celebrity couples all the time, Jay Z and Beyonce, and, them in the elevator. We never know what the fuck really happened. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of insecurity with people, and that's what basically fucked up that night, and he was obviously in the wrong because if he for still communicating with his ex or the girl when he was dating Rihanna. That was, that was wrong. And he, probably should have changed his number or, found a way if he was still communicating with her to where Rihanna wouldn't know. And, he was young. They were both young and they were stars. And I guess maybe, they all had busy schedules. He, didn't really probably think of nothing about it. And it was crazy because, like, when he was telling the story, I was picturing everything. And as I was picturing it, I was like, oh my fucking God. Like he said, he was a fucking monster. But, as we was as a fan seeing the other side, we was like, oh, this nigga beats on girls, he lost his mind. All he had to do was walk away or do anything but what he did. And it was like, when he was telling the story, I was like, I started to think again, like, I don't think he could have walked away from that because it was something that was heating up. Like, he just got hotter and hotter and hotter. And one of them at the end of the night was going to do something wrong. And it happened to be him. But it was her at the same time because she was initiating the fight. He was saying that, she was upset at the ceremony. Then he tried, to tell her that I brush it off. She did. But somehow, she didn't let it go. Because, after she seen the message in his phone, and like, he probably should have got rid of it. But at the same time, he just wasn't thinking. And that caused a lot. But I felt so bad because that is horrible, for it to have gone that far. And it probably shouldn't have gone that far, but it did. And they're both friends or whatever they are now, and they both got over it, which is cool. That's why I was, telling y'all my, how my opinion and what I thought of it. Um, I still like them both. They both make fire ass music, and like I said, I'm a fan of both of them even more. But like, it's crazy to know that when it comes to being human, domestic violence is definitely something that happens very often. And it's not something that it's something that can be prevented, but it's kind of hard because when you really love someone, it's kind of hard to put your feelings aside when things come up. But the thing about being insecure is this: it's all bad, it's all negative, it's all jealousy. And for her to have been that way at that particular time, it's like, wow, like, you're Rihanna. How the fuck can anybody compete with you? You're Rihanna. And he's Chris Brown. Like, who can fucking compete with that? Like, and but as a fan, we don't know. But it's crazy. But as he was telling the story, I couldn't believe what he said he did. He was saying that he punched her. And when I heard that, I was like, I had to rewind it back. Like, did he just say he punched her? Then he was like, did she grab his nuts? And I was like, the fuck? I'm like, okay. So obviously it went from level 1 to level 100. Like, zoom. And it was like, as he was telling this, I was like, this is crazy. Then he said he got out the car because he thought she threw her keys to his Lamborghini. And then he said when he got out the car, she was like, help, he's trying to kill me. When he said that, I was like, why on earth would she do? Why would she say that? Like, that's insane. So, and then, like, he was saying as she was doing that, she had got his CDs and she was scratching them up. I was like, holy shit! Like, this was like speechless. So I just kept watching it. Like, that's some psychotic shit. Like, to like scratch his CDs up, and it was like she really was like not feeling whatever, and it was like he was trying his best as a man to avoid it, and she just kept pressing the button, like just kept pressing the issue. And I guess like that's what blew it out of proportion. It's like for it to happen now, he probably would be smarter. He probably would before all this fighting would have happened, he probably would have just got out the car and just walked somewhere. But at the same time, it was like she was pressing the issue, and it's like, what? It's like, what do you do when someone does that? Because I have been in situations too when I have been the one that pressed the issue, or they have been the one that pressed the issue, and it's like enough is enough. And I guess that particular time he just lost it. His eyes went black, and he just swung, boom, hit her. And I'm like, dude, you hit her? I'm like, then I was like, okay, he obviously hit her because she must have, because he said they were driving. So she must have, hit him good enough for him to jade his vision. And his only reaction was to hit back, and it was like, fuck. So it was like, there was nothing that was going to go good at that particular moment. I was always thinking like he could have choked her, could have pushed her. Then it was like, we don't know what happened until he explained it in the car. And I'm like, all this happened in a Lamborghini, like a small ass car. Like, so they send her driving and she's going off crazy. I'm like, that's fucking insane. That's wrong. But whatever. She was reacting to it because she wanted to know why that message was in his phone and he couldn't explain it. And that made him look bad. And he should have been like, look, I already told you that girl's in my past. That wouldn't have saved him, but he could have said something like, look, chill fuck out. The girl's in the past. I don't know why she's even contacting me or even bothering me still. Obviously, she feels she's not over me. I'll try to talk to her about it. To tell her, I'm with Ree. There is no we and me and you no more. I'm with this girl now. That could have been something that could have been said. I don't know if he really. I mean, we only know from what he said, but it's like something along that line made it calmed her down because she was like fucking ballistic, obviously that night. And he said they were drinking, so they're both under. They was under 21, so they was fucking lit as hell, probably drinking Ciroc or whatever the fuck they had, and it was crazy. And then I felt bad because like after he said all that, he went into depression. He wanted to kill himself. I'm like, oh my god. And as a fan, I kind of felt that like, oh my god, because every time his something was in the news, it was about that, and it was like, holy shit. But now I'm gonna fast forward to now. I'm so happy that he's come to a different part of his life where he can actually smile and enjoy and go on tour and make movies and all this stuff. Because since then he has became the most influential artist like he was before, but he's really on top of his game now. And this is just a message to Chris. I am a fan. I've always been a fan. Even when you went through all that, I felt really bad. But I'm glad everything's good now, and I hope you continue to make better and better and better music. Even if Heartbreak over Full Moon was your last album, I hope you still make singles. I hope you still, dance, make movies, because you are definitely a very as entertaining person, but I do pray and hope that, you never come across anything like that again. And if you do, you can make a better decision, because you are older now, and I know that I'm pretty sure as, being a superstar the way you are, doing anything is fucking crazy because you got billions and billions of people watching your every move. You've been in shit ever since like that. It seems like you've been in shit like every year, and it's like why? Like, and I'm like, these people, why can't they just leave this man alone? Like, obviously he's fucking lost it. They wanted to lose it again. And then I'm watching interviews, and I'm like, no wonder this man just snapped the fuck out and threw the chair at the thing. Because the lady, she just kept pressing the issue. She just kept talking about it. He like, Look, it was 2 years ago. This album is Fame. And it's like, I'm surprised he didn't lose it and get another case with her because, that was something that was crazy. But anyway, this is just from New Fan. And that's it. I don't know what else to say. I'm still a fan. I hope you come out with some more music. I love your music. I even try to dance like you, even though I have no fucking rhythm at all. But I try to party like you. I think so. Just from a fan. I'm also, I'm following you all the time. So I'm watching your videos, downloading your music, everything. So shout out to Rihanna too. I love her. I love Rihanna. Diamonds is my song. I fucking love it. Kanye did the remix and everything. Even her new shit, Anti, was a good ass album. I loved it. Big shout out to Riri. Big shout out to Chris. Love them both. Peace.